What's up, beautiful people? How have you been? How is your week coming up? I hope everything is moving on smoothly. If this is your first time seeing me, you're absolutely welcome. My name is Nelly. So in today's video, I'll be telling you some of the things I love about living in Japan. Just for context, I've lived in Japan for more than 5 years. I had my bachelor's degree in Japan, and then I worked for a few years after that, and now I am a research student in a Japanese university. This list is not in any particular order, it's just in the way that the points came to my mind. So don't think this is like my number one or this is like my number 10. No, it's just randomly. So the very first thing is safety. I mean, everybody wants to be in a country where they feel safe. Everybody wants to be in an environment where they don't have to worry about what's going to happen next, if they are going to get attacked or all of that. And that's one thing that Japan gives me. Japan is relatively safe. There are natural disasters in Japan, and then recently you hear news of people being attacked in some places, which might make you to go, is Japan really safe? But then when you compare Japan and other countries, you see that Japan is actually very safe. For example, I can leave one part of the country to go to another without having to worry about if I'm going to be okay. When I was a full-time worker, I used to close from work at 9 p.m, sometimes 10 p.m, and I will walk home from work by myself because there was nothing to be worried about. There was nothing to make me feel scared. There were even times that at that 9 p.m or 10 p.m, I would go to a nearby supermarket, do some shopping before going back home, and I wasn't really worried because I know that the country is safe. I have some safety tips that I apply for my daily life. Very first one is that if I have a student to teach, for example, maybe I'm teaching an adult English or French, I never meet them in their houses. Like, that's a no-no for me. I meet them in public places, in a place that is open, that I know you cannot harm me or you cannot attack me. And then another thing that I do, I'm always aware of my surroundings. I don't just move and then have my earpieces on. No, I move and then I'm very conscious of what is going on around me. If someone is just very close to me, I give great distance. I don't want anybody to be close to me because I know that in Japan, the only way that someone can attack you is if they are very close to you. So I ensure that there's so much distance between me and the person either behind me or the person in front of me. When I'm on the train and then I feel a bit uncomfortable, maybe the person sitting next to me makes me uncomfortable, or maybe I see them doing something that looks fishy, I just get out of that particular section of the train and move to the next one. For example, if I'm sitting in a section that is for everyone, I can leave that section to go to the section which is designated only for women. Also, when I move to a new environment, I try to know where the police station is around there, just so that if I have any problem, I can go there and report the situation. And then last one, if I'm moving also and I see that someone has been following me for a while, for example, I've been practicing the distancing and I'm just seeing that the person keeps following me, the person doesn't make any turns, I go to a nearby supermarket or a nearby convenience store and stay there. If this person is trailing you, by the time you go to the supermarket or the convenience store, you notice that the person is always in the area that you are in, either the supermarket or in the convenience store. Like, you will notice that even though you have come to that supermarket or convenience store, they are not busy with other things, they are just in your area. At that point in time, you can tell the staff about it. They will do something that will help you. If you have any safety tips that you apply anywhere that you are, leave in the comment section. I really love to know. The next thing I love about Japan is heated toilet seats. I know that this one sounds like, really, Nelly, heated toilet seats? In Japan, in most apartments, even in most supermarkets, hospitals, any place that you have toilets, they most likely have heated seats. In my current dorm, I do not have a heated seat, but then in my apartments that I moved out from before coming here, I had that. If you've not seen that, or if you don't understand what I'm talking about, then I'll link my Japanese apartment tour video so that you can go there, check it out, and then understand what I mean by the heated toilet seat. In Japan, basically, the toilet seats they come with so many functions, so many buttons. You have to press this to do that, and then there's like a temperature setting where you can change the temperature of the toilet seat. It comes in very handy during winter, trust me. Despite how cold it is, the moment you sit on the toilet seat, it's relaxing. You feel so comfortable, like it's so heated, you don't even want to leave. I remember when I went to Italy, and then the first time I sat on the toilet seat that was not heated, I was like, oh, this is so cold. The next thing that I love about Japan, which now I think is number 3, is the good customer service. For example, if you walk into a supermarket or you walk into a convenience store in Japan, they'll mostly say irashaimasen, and they'll mostly welcome you. And then when you are going out, they'll mostly say thank you. So in Japan, people don't really size people up. I've heard in some countries, when you get into maybe a department store or you get into a brand store, they will size you up, and then if they think you are not dressed the part, or if they think maybe you cannot afford their things that they have in the store, they are not going to attend to you, or they are not going to act like you even walked in. It's not the case in Japan. I've never really gone to a store and then someone sizes me up and doesn't attend to me. For the most part, they come. If you want to try something, they give you, you try. Or if you have any questions to ask regarding that item, they'll freely answer your questions. If it's a perfume that you're buying, you need the tester strips to maybe spray it on it to get the smell, they will do it for you happily. And even if you leave without buying, they'll still tell you thank you, because I think at the back of their minds they feel that you are a potential customer. Another thing that I love about this customer service is that I can never go to a convenience store and then the staff sees me queuing but then doesn't come to attend to me immediately. You know how sometimes you can go to a shop and then the staff is busy with something, and then you call out that you want to buy, and then they're like, oh wait, I'm going to come and attend to you. In Japan, it doesn't happen. The moment the staff sees you at the front of the counter ready to buy, they will just come to serve you, irrespective of what they are doing, whether they are eating, whatever thing they are doing, they will leave whatever thing they are doing to come and attend to you. That's just how it works. Moving on from good customer service, the next thing that I like is the good manners or the politeness in Japan. You will see this when someone is offering a service. For example, let's say when you get into a business, the person at the front will most likely welcome you by bowing. Or let's say the one that I experienced yesterday was, I went somewhere and then at that point you're not supposed to cycle, so I got down out of my bicycle and then I was pushing, and then the person who is always there to instruct people not to cycle, she just bowed the moment she saw me. So after living in Japan for a while, this has an effect on you. So most times when someone assists you or when someone helps you in something, you most likely want to bow. And then sometimes when you go out of Japan, people are like, why are you bowing? This looks weird. Another thing that I love about Japan is the way meals are delivered. Meals are delivered at your doorstep. If the delivery people come to your house to deliver a meal and you're not there, they're going to leave you a notice to inform you that they came but you were absent. And when you receive that notice, you can either call to reschedule the delivery, or you can go online to reschedule. So when you're calling, you can also plan when you want to receive this meal, like the time. For example, if you want the mail to be delivered on the 30th of August, you can say, okay, I want it delivered on the 30th of August from 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. It's possible. So you don't have to spend the whole day on that 30th of August waiting for the mail to come. Or you don't have to leave someone in the house to be there to wait for the mail to come. Also, when you're sending a package to a friend, you can also include the time that you want the package to be delivered. So let's say your friend says they will be in the house before 12 o'clock. Then you can ask that the meal be delivered before 12 o'clock. The next thing that I love about Japan is the good transport network. You can live in Japan without owning a car, without even owning a bicycle, and you are going to be okay, because the bus system is very efficient. The train system in Japan is really good. This makes commuting from one place to another very easy and just less stressful. The next thing that I love about Japan is the punctuality. So in Japan, the trains and the buses are always on time. Fine, there are sometimes when there might be an accident or a situation might arise and then you get some delays. And in those kind of situations, for example, if you're using the train and then there's a delay, maybe due to bad weather or accidents, you most likely get a notice. that you can use to either submit at your place of work or place of school to explain why you were late. I used to have one before. There was one time I was using the train, and then the train was delayed by 30 minutes, and then I had to collect that and show it at my place of work for the reason why I was late. But yes, Japanese trains are always on time. Japanese buses are always on time. A few times they might be late, they might delay, but on a regular, they are actually very reliable. You can depend on them for your daily travels. The next thing that I love about Japan is the healthcare system in Japan. You know how in some countries, if you want to see a specialist, you have to first of all pass through your family doctor, and then your family doctor would book an appointment for you to see the specialist, and then it might take months before you finally meet a specialist. In Japan, it's not the case. So if you feel a little bit of discomfort today and you probably want to see an ENT, an ear, nose and throat specialist, then you can walk into a hospital and specify that this is my problem and this is who I want to see, and then they'll allow you see the person. I think that saves a lot of time, and it also gives quick relief as opposed to going to a family doctor and then taking so much time before you finally see a specialist. So for me, the fact that you can see a specialist on the same day that you go to the hospital, I really just like that. The next thing that I love about Japan is that Japan is very clean. If you move around on the streets in Japan, you realize that you hardly see litter on the floor, or you just hardly see trash that someone has dumped on the floor. This is because in Japan, people are trained to always take their waste along with them. So for example, if you eat something and then there's waste and then you cannot find a trash bin next to you, you have to hold it until you find the nearest trash bin, not to just drop it on the floor. And then you also have volunteer workers who volunteer to just clean the place around. In my previous place of work, sometimes we used to volunteer to clean the area, to just go around where my place of work was and then just clean the area. So yeah, these are some of the things that really make me love Japan. Of course, this is not all, but because I don't want this video to be extremely long, I just decided to stay at this point. If you want to hear more about Japan, then hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of my Japan related content. If you have any questions regarding life in Japan, schooling in Japan, leave it in the comment section and I'll definitely respond to you. Thank you so much for staying tuned with me. See you in the next video. Goodbye.